Yo, what up, man? Yo, where you boys at? All right. Yo, I was checking out the cruise video, man. Yeah, that thing the deal, boy. I think we need to turn it up, though. What you think? I bet that. I'll meet y'all on the road. Baby, you a song. Make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise. What up, Nelly? All right. Yeah, when I first saw that bikini top on her, she's popping right out of the South Georgia water. Thought, oh, good Lord, she had them long tan legs. Couldn't help myself, so I walked up and said, well, baby, you a song. You make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise down a back road, blowing stop signs through the middle of
Okay, that sucks. Um, so this is a new feature that the devs. Oh, well, okay, it's good that they implemented this, but this also it's an unfortunate side effect that now I'm not going to be able to jump into instances, or I'm not going to be able to create like a private instance unless I can actually see the instance. Let me see what other people are saying about this. Okay, so for some context, what I'm talking about is the devs recently they implemented a feature where if the instance that you're trying to join is well above its hard cap, then rather than waiting for you to download the world and try to load into the world and then tell you that the instance is full, it'll tell you right off the bat that the instance is full. So it won't let you join in the first place, or it won't let you travel in the first place. So an unfortunate side effect of that is that now I cannot jump into a private instance of the world if the instance that was created uh, was invite only to begin with.
what's good? This one's for you, Diego. We know we both dead inside. Let's hit it! I do be rocking with my boy in the street downtown, smelling something good, been looking for her like a clown. Oh shit, I see burritos and tacos, amigos. Let's go, my friends, and drag it low. I know there's no meaning left in this whole sorrow. That don't fill my emptiness slow. We're gonna pay every day, slaving away to society, fucking cliche, I'm breaking away, hey, hey. Into letters,
Oh, dude, I've been looking forward to this because I saw Vanyan's tweet about this. Um, Also, shout out to Vanyan for making it a Friends Plus instance, so I can now create my own instance. That is so much better. So I guess I don't need to message Squid about it because I do remember Squid mentioning, like, back in the day when I used to be able to get into the Community Meetup instances. Squid would mention that try to make the instance Friends Plus. Okay, so Varnian has been working on this really cool system where you're able to like physically touch the things in the world with your various body parts. From what I understand, they've been working on their own like custom collision system as well. I could be wrong about that, but using the system that they are currently building, I don't know if I'll be able to. Oh, there you go. So you can see. Okay, as I'm walking, you can notice the hands and feet. They have capsules on them. Those, I believe, are the colliders. Unfortunately, I'm not in VR right now, so I don't think I'll be able to push it. But maybe I could find a different way. Maybe I could like kick something. Also, here's the system Vanyan has been working on, Udanity, which is basically it's Unity running in Udan, which is just it still blows my mind. It is crazy. All right, let's read this. Udanity is a runtime replica of the Unity editor created to the extent of the limitations of Udan and Unity Engine UI that allows creators to edit VRChat worlds that are uploaded with the Udanity editor included in it. You know what? I kind of want to try this out now. Yeah, I kind of want to experiment with this because it allows creators to update the worlds, like edit the worlds as well, right? It allows creators to edit VRChat worlds that are uploaded with the Udanity editor included in it. So this is good because this allows people to customize stuff. So for example, if you wanted to create like a set of some sort, I can see this being super useful, especially in situations where people would want to be able to change the set. So, for example, a podcast room where maybe people would want maybe people might want to be able to rearrange objects here and there. I don't know how interactable objects would work in this situation. I would have to test it out. Interactable objects and objects that can be picked up and stuff like that. So I'll have to see. That'll be something interesting to test out. Actually, I'm kind of curious now. Let me go. Hold on. I don't know if I'll be able to come back to this world. Am I able to like favorite the world right now? Now that I'm in. Oh, by the way, this world is called V Udon Touch Labs, and it is made by Vanyan, who has made a bunch of other amazing worlds and tools in VRChat using Udon. They've made they're still working on their what do you call it, their vehicle system, and like they've extended the functionality like a lot more. There's so much more that you're able to do with it now. They're testing out, I don't know, trucks and like other off-road vehicles and stuff. It's really cool to see the progress being made and like all the work in progress posts that they make. Oh, go follow them on Twitter, or at the very least check out their Twitter, which is it's twitter.com/Vanyan. Oh yeah, can I get that about thing again? There. So this is what I want to check. Okay, hopefully the situation should improve in a little bit.
يوتيوب ميوزك هو تطبيق موسيقي لأكثر من 80 مليون أغنية رسمية لتستمع عليها بشكل متواصل حتى مولد ابن ابنك. حسناً، حتى مولد حفيدك من الجيل العاشر. احصل على يوتيوب ميوزك بريميوم، جرب شهر مجاناً.
All right, cool. So we are in. Dude, I like the rendering here. I think this color banding can be solved using the dithering effect. That solves it to a certain extent. I don't know how to get rid of it completely. I think there might be some effect for that as well. But it's also kind of interesting learning about why this color banding effect happens. I remember reading about it a while back. I can't remember exactly what it was. Let me just Google it. So let's look up Unity color banding. Horrible color banding for lighting and fog. Okay. How to fix color blinding. No, color... Have I been saying blinding? No, I've been saying banding, I think. I don't know. Also, low quality monitors can amplify banding if you see strong banding. Okay. Let me just Google what is color banding. Worst case scenario, I can ask ChatGPT to explain it to me. Which, by the way, fun fact, where I live, OpenAI's services are not available. So what I've done is, I just happened to discover this. It was a happy coincidence. So I was using a ChatGPT bot, which is a Twitter account, a bot Twitter account, where you add the account or you add that user and then ask your question, and it'll take some time, but then it'll reply with a screenshot of the answer. And that was working for a while, but one problem is that it can sometimes take time to respond, and it's not that fast. And if there's traffic, it's gonna be even more late. I've had instances where a response took like hours to arrive. So in that situation, you're left with like, okay, I can only ask one question. Also, you can't ask continuous. You can't have like a continuous conversation with it because it doesn't necessarily always remember the context. So I needed actual ChatGPT. But I don't have access to ChatGPT because, well, OpenAI, they have like limited, I don't know, what do you call it? Geo restrictions. I think that's what it's called. They have geo restrictions. Hopefully that improves in the coming months. I've been hoping for the past couple of months, but like, I don't know, hopefully. Because like the CEO, I think, or the head, they're like at a top position in OpenAI. Sam something. This person is going to be visiting a couple of different countries. One of them is a country in the Middle East. So hopefully they're gonna have talks, and it's
استمع إلى الموسيقى بدون إعلانات.
okay. I'm back. Give me a second while I carry on playing
يوتيوب ميوزك
the
بريميوم
music.
مجانا.
Okay, and we should be good to go. Okay, cool. So, like I was saying, I don't know what this podcast is about. Oh, I like that they created an outside section as well, just for like, just to have an aesthetic outside the window. So it'll be kind of cool to see like if they decide to, um, I mean, I'm guessing maybe they plan on, doing some podcasts virtually. I don't know anything about, I don't know anything about this podcast. Hold on, let me just look it up. Unique ways. What is unique ways? Also, I was talking about ChatGPT. Yeah, okay, maybe I shouldn't be encouraging this, but like it's helped me. If you guys don't have access to ChatGPT, try to find a service that uses ChatGPT. Try to find a service that has like a bot, a help bot of some sort. I'm super lucky that I managed to get this. You guys can probably use the same thing as well. You can go to python.langchain.com and there'll be a little parrot in the bottom right. Just click that and then you can start talking to ChatGPT. This is assuming that you don't have access to ChatGPT where you live. I actually don't have access. If you do have access, then like you're better off just talking to ChatGPT, because like this version is communicating with ChatGPT, but it does have some limitations. For example, it can't load images. It's supposed to be a help assistant. It's not supposed to be the actual ChatGPT that you're talking to. So like there are limitations, and it does what it's supposed to do pretty well, and then some. Actually, not and then some, and then a lot, because I've been using it for everything but LangChain, and it's been super helpful for me in terms of being able to learn things. Okay, give me a second. I'm just restarting the browser on my other system. Actually, what's going on with the music? Dude, you know what? I want to do another stream later on. I don't know what I'll do during that stream, but like I want to do another stream later, even if it's for just an hour. Yeah, okay. So, let's real quick look this up, because like everyone must have already moved on to the next world, which is a world by digital. We are probably also going to be moving on, but real quick, I want to check what is unique ways. Okay, they're on Apple. They're on Apple Podcasts or Apple, whatever. Apple has something for podcasts. Spotify has something for podcasts, and this show is on both of them. What is it about though? Okay, Unique Ways podcast about. Unique Ways emerges with people from all walks of life who, through their own unique angles, succeed and flourish. Enjoy the ride and welcome to Unique Ways. Okay. My intention with this podcast is to educate, inspire, and empower. Let me try that again. My intention with this podcast is to educate, inspire, and empower. And empower you so you can have the tools. So you have the tools to wake up to your unique gifts and way of living. That is interesting. Yeah, dude. That is interesting. Wait, I remember this person. VRGen and another person. Yeah, there you go. The McDonald's thing, and they made another very cool world. Oh, Starbucks as well. That was done by them as well, and a bunch of other cool worlds you can see here. It was Jen and another person with them. Like there were two people. Like they work on worlds together or worked on worlds together. Let's see if McDonald's shows up or it mentions. No. Let's look at Starbucks. Okay, I don't remember. There was another person as well. I can't remember their name. But yeah, dude, come check out this world, and I guess check out the podcast as well. I don't know anything about the podcast, so like, if you're curious, then go check it out. But yeah, this world is called. I don't know if the world has been released. Okay, yeah, it's been released. So this world is called Unique Ways Studio, and it is made by VRGen, VR_Gen. Or well, I mean VRGen. And what else? Oh yeah. So I was gonna say, if you guys, okay, so this, it says Unique Ways Studio, right? But like, there's nothing stopping you from having your own podcast here. You could try something like that. Anyways, so we are gonna jump to another world. GM. Oh, Gary's mod. Okay. Holy shit, dude. I haven't heard about Gary's mod in such a long time. Wait. Oh shit. Did they move to another world? No, no, no. Hold up, dude. Are we late? Shit. We are late. Okay. That's fine. You know what? Let's try to join this instance. I mean, it hasn't kicked me out yet. Or, well, I mean, it'll probably kick me out later on.
Chanzo, where you at?
Hey, how you doing, Don? I'm home.
Actually, I'm on my way to pick you up.
Okay, great. I'm waiting for you.
So I set up my Twitch VODs channel, and I've been uploading the VODs there. Just a little side thing that I wanted to set up in case anyone is interested in the VODs, but also because I wanted to have like a public archive of the VODs, and having it on YouTube seems a lot better, at least in terms of like searchability, than having it up on Twitch, because like Twitch, they do the live streaming thing best. They're not so good with archiving things. So like, if you want to archive your stuff, you have to change the VOD to a highlight, or convert it to a highlight, or I don't know how to exactly say that, but you have to basically make your VOD a highlight, and then it can be up on your channel. But like, I'm not sure it's gonna help in terms of searchability. So I would prefer for it to be on YouTube. And besides, when I go on, oh, what is going on here, dude? Okay. Besides, when I'm looking for somebody's VODs, I usually don't look on Twitch. Like, if I'm looking for somebody's VODs, first thing I do is look for a VODs channel, especially if it's like older VODs that I'm looking for. I'm just not expecting Twitch to, have the VOD. So it's like kind of a default. I'm expecting it to be on another platform right off the bat. So I'm kind of doing that for myself as well. I've set up my VODs channel. I kind of need to start posting on TikTok again as well. I kind of want to make like short form content out of the long form content that I'm making.
people are being overloaded by the amount of people here.
Theorize weird
Yeah, but it's supposed to re-enable it when you respawn. It's just sometimes it's not
Okay.
even re-enabling.
So
That's like the issue people are having, being overloaded by the amount.
right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create our own instance of the world, if that's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see an avatar over there, but it's very poor, so you probably shouldn't click on it. There's 11, and then they're in all the other areas. Good area if you get all 11.
Okay.
You're at the risk of spawning forever and your game crashes. Go through.
Okay, so we're gonna go home and wait. Actually, let's look at social and see if. Okay, this is a Friends Plus. Has the world been released? I don't see any public instances. Okay, but the world has been released.
At least I tested it. Now I know something about the situation.
But the quick when you closes, you get fall through
At least I tested.
Alright, so we're gonna go to our own instance and explore. You know, one of these days I should just attend the community meetup by itself. No, by myself. When I'm not streaming. I feel like I haven't done that in a while. I remember a while back being, no, not a while back, this was like, I think 2 months back. I think I was planning on doing this thing where during every stream, I would like try to explore a couple of worlds, a couple of VRChat worlds. I don't know, that plan just disappeared somewhere when I got busy with doing other stuff. Though now I have this thing that I want to do where at the end of every stream, I want to do at least 30 minutes of sculpting. Because considering how busy I've been, I haven't had a chance to do a whole lot of sculpting. So like doing at least that 30 minutes of sculpting will give me a bit of practice. Because I've been super busy with like ML and AI research and doing a bunch of like Python and C# coding and stuff like that. Because of that, I haven't really had time. Find all 11 venom balls for a reward. Find a secret Elfelt ball for a special reward. Okay, cool. What is this? How do you use this? Whoa. Dude. No. This actually takes you to like different locations. That's crazy. That is insane, dude. So you can then like explore all of these different locations. This is super cool, dude. This is actually really cool. All right, cool. Let's check out the next place. So this is, what is this based on? Okay, so quick shout out to this world and the world creator, of course. So this world is called Guilty Gear World, and it is made by Averif. That is this person. Come check out the world, explore it yourself with friends, whatever. This is cool, dude. Actually, I wonder if this is like they've set it up to resemble something from I think Guilty Gear is a game. I don't know. I think it's a game. So I'm wondering if I'm wondering if this is a scenario in the game where you're in some kind of arcade and you interact with the machine and you're able to go into uh, the experience, into the game. Yeah, also all these another reason I'm wondering whether this is like a recreation of something from a game, which again I haven't played Guilty Gear, but like the reason I'm wondering if it's a recreation from the game is because of the quality of the textures. Usually when I see like super high quality textures, I'm wondering if the assets have been taken from a game. I mean, to be fair, it could also have been made by the creator. I don't want to like, discount any hard work that they have done, because like that's unfair towards them. But like, I don't know. Let's wait. I kind of want to find at least one of the balls that they're talking about. What's going on with my keyboard? Okay. Let's respawn. Let's look at another. I'm wondering if one of the spheres could be inside this, like in small spaces. Actually, I don't remember what I'm supposed to be looking for. Is it some kind of sphere? So if I wasn't able to jump down here, the illusion, okay, I'm stuck in a collider. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna respawn. If I wasn't able to jump down there, the illusion wouldn't be ruined. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to jump down there, but like just looking at it from here without being able to jump outside there, the illusion is still pretty well maintained because like it still looks kind of cool. And like because there's like multiple different images, there's like a parallax kind of effect going on when you, I don't know if you notice it when I move left to right. Okay, let's go back and read what that thing was. Find all 11 venom balls. Okay, so I'm supposed to be looking for some kind of ball.
Piece 20 racks of table come from ebony. Cut that ever into skinny pieces. Then she clean up with her face. Man, I love my baby. You talking money, need a hearing aid. You talking about me, I don't see the shade.
Hold up, let me see if the rest of the group has jumped. Okay, so they have jumped to a world called Test, which I'm guessing by the name, the world hasn't been released yet, so we're gonna jump there. This is a world by Mississauga. Come check out this world, by the way, Guilty Gear. I think it was just called Guilty Gear World. Oh man, this is big. Hold on, let me mute the game. Let that finish downloading. So I guess we are not just gonna do C# stuff, we're gonna do C# stuff today. Which, okay, to be honest, I wasn't sure I was gonna stream today. Or I wasn't sure that I was gonna stream for very long today, but like I think I can keep going for a bit. But yeah, I think I can keep going for a bit. So I can probably do sculpting in like the last 30 minutes. If not, then the next stream that I was planning on doing like later on in the day, maybe during that stream, which to be fair, I wasn't entirely sure I was gonna do another stream. It was gonna be like if I got the chance. Oh man, this is a good song. It's NYC. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in knowing what exactly they were trying to test out here. Kind of curious. Okay, so the idea that I got was, okay, I can turn the music back down. Okay, so the idea that I got was I could sort of diversify my content, which I mean my content is already diverse, but like I mean per stream I could introduce more variety by starting out in VRChat. We can explore 2 or 3 worlds and then close VRChat and then do something else. So exploring VRChat can be like the just chatting segment of that stream, and then we can go into doing whatever we were trying to do, whatever the main content of that day was, and then at the end of the stream we can move over to sculpting. So finish off the stream with sculpting. that actually sounds like a very good idea. Because in that way, I'll also be able to explore worlds, which I don't do a whole lot these days, at least not as much as I used to before. And I can keep it limited, so we're not spending too much time. Let's see what happens if I jump down. Hold up. I didn't know this was... Wait, what? Hold up. Okay, so I didn't think about trying to jump out and fall. And so I didn't imagine that there would be much more to this experience. All right, dude, let's go check out whatever is going on here, because it was behind some kind of wall. Okay, so the frames seem to be slightly better here. Actually, if it's looking bad on my screen, how good or bad does it look on stream? You know what? Not that bad. Yeah, it's not that bad. Here, we are doing a lot better in terms of frames. I'm still curious as to like what they were trying to test here. Like, are these assets for something? Are they trying to set up a specific type of experience with a specific type of like aesthetic? Is there more, or like do we have to go in a different direction, or... Well, I'm hoping whatever they were trying to test out here, they achieved the results they were looking for. I'm waiting to see if there's something more here. You know, yeah, I've also been meaning to get back into Rust. I never really managed to go too deep into Rust because like there's only so many things that you can give your time to, right? But I managed to... So there's one of the ways that I like to learn things, especially like programming languages and frameworks and stuff, is to make something with it. Like build some kind of project with it, or use it, constantly keep using it to solve some kind of problem. That's a better way of putting it. I try to solve some kind of problem with it. So with Rust being a systems programming language, a more low-level programming language, I wanted to find low-level things. And like, to be fair, I did find a bunch of low-level things to do with it. The graphics rendering side is definitely one of them, which if I'm doing it on this system that I'm streaming on, I will definitely be able to do DirectX stuff and shader stuff, both HLSL shaders and compute shaders, or rather both pixel shaders and compute shaders. I don't remember what the compute shader syntax is called, so like I was calling it HLSL, but it's not exactly HLSL. Actually, okay, it might be. It might. You know what? Let's Google it, just so I'm not giving the wrong information. Because like you have CUDA on one hand, but like not all compute shaders that you write, not all DirectX compute shaders that you write are necessarily CUDA shaders. At least I don't think so. Let's look up DirectX compute shaders. Compute shader overview. So this is another thing. DirectX 12 came out a while back, I think. It's still fairly new, but like, yeah, it came out a while back, and a couple of other things were introduced in the DirectX 12, like in the DirectX pipeline with DirectX 12, which I could take advantage of if I was doing it, if I was like programming some kind of, if I was doing some kind of graphics programming. And Rust, fortunately, Rust has like so many different crates. Crates are like basically libraries. In Rust, they're called crates. There's crates for so many different things, and like Windows has provided, Windows has like its own Rust crate. So like if you want to do, if you want to call, like for example, Win32 methods, you can easily call them. You don't even need to, like in C#, you would either have to use, what is that called? What is interop called? I forgot. I haven't used that in a while. P-invoke. You would either have to use P-invoke, or you would have to use some other framework that generated the code for you, which I think it was called Meta something. Hold on, let me Google it. I haven't touched that stuff in a while, so I don't remember the terminology. Wait, C# P-invoke generator. P-invoke source generation. Is there a tool that generates so and so, so and so? There was, because like recently I'd messed around with one such tool that was, it was super useful, and it was using meta programming, I think. C# meta programming. Not meta programming. What was it called? C# meta something. Metadata. That's what it was.
It's from LMB.
So Microsoft had this this sort of thing that they were doing, where they had set it up so rather than trying to write bindings for to help, interop between a language and the Win32 DLL, you could just generate metadata for the Win32 API, or any other API for that matter. You could generate the metadata, and then people could write like compilers or source generators to read that metadata and automatically generate the code that you need. I guess that's the best way that I can. Okay, Microsoft metadata. Now that I've started talking about it, I kind of want to finish explaining it. Metadata source generation. Where was it? There was something here. I'd found it by digging quite a bit. You know what, maybe I can look at my own. Okay, let me look at my own Twitter, because I remember tweeting about it. Metadata. Give me a second. Okay, P-invoke. Oh, there it is. CS Win32. That's what it was called. So I'm just gonna look that up. CS Win32. It's a p-invoke source generator, and this was using
يتيح لك ميوزك بريميوم أكثر من 80 مليون أغنية رسمية بدون
yeah, I'd written a thread about this, and I'm glad that I wrote the thread. I also a whole history of Win32. For this metadata to enable developers to call Win32 APIs idiomatically from the language of their choice, we need language projections built on top of it. The first such language projection is C# Win32, which is CS Win32 that I was just talking about. And this is super helpful because like when you add this package to your C#, your plain C# project, it'll automatically generate the Win32 methods for you. Not just methods, all of the other types that are required: classes, structs, various data types, and of course the methods as well. The methods with their signatures. It does like all of that work for you. So this is amazing because now you can actually very smoothly communicate with the Win32 API without having to first write a bunch of like wrappers and bindings and shit. So without having to first create the architecture and then use the architecture, now instead you can just use the architecture itself. And that saves so much more time. That makes it so you're able to do a lot more work. You're able to accomplish a lot more. You don't have to like keep reinventing the wheel. But yeah, I'm super excited about like this kind of thing as well. Anyways, going back to Rust, which is what led me to this tangent. That's one of the things that I want to do with Rust. I want to do like a bunch of low-level programming with it, a bunch of like system-level programming. And instead of doing it in C++, I want to do it in Rust, because Rust has a Win32 crate, a Win32 API crate. I think it's just called the Windows crate. Yeah, it's just called the Windows crate. I'm guessing it uses... let me see if Rust is mentioned here. Okay, let me finish reading out a bit of the C# Win32 thing. So, built in partnership with Andrew Arnott, I don't know if I said that name right, the owner of the pinvoke project for .NET, C# Win32 parses the metadata and generates the pinvoke wrappers required to call the APIs you care about. Simply add a reference to the C# Win32 package from NuGet.org and add a file called nativemethods.txt. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about this. You could like describe, you create this file and then you mention the methods that you need, and it'll read this file and generate only those methods. So it doesn't generate like the entire thing. Because like it's a source generator, it has to generate those methods for you, right? So if it has to generate like the entire API's methods, that would probably take a lot more time. The file can contain one function per line or even wildcards, so and so, so and so, so and so. Once populated, C# Win32 will generate the pinvoke wrappers for the functions you request and all of their dependencies. Okay, and then you have Rust. The Rust language projection follows in the tradition established by C# WinRT for building. Wait, what is? Oh, my timer went off. Okay, so I'll get up in a couple of minutes. Okay, the Windows crate lets you call any Windows API using code generated on the fly directly from the metadata, enabling you to call the APIs as if they were just another Rust module. It does not attempt to partition Windows APIs by technology, instead providing a single way to call any Windows API regardless of the underlying technology. You can seamlessly make use of APIs based on C-style exports, COM interfaces, or WinRT types. So yeah, this is why I was like super excited. This initiative that they came out with, it is super helpful, because people can now write like source generators to allow other people to very easily communicate with the Win32 API, and it's going to be a lot more streamlined, a lot less divided. Let's just put it that way, because now people don't have to focus on creating like their own version of bindings and stuff. They just have to write a source generator that reads this metadata and generates a source based on that. I need to see if there's something for Python as well. I think for Python there was already something fairly limited, I think, if I remember right. I don't remember exactly. I think it was limited. I'm gonna have to look into that. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, this is super exciting. Okay, what is going on here? All right. So I was reading about compute shaders. Like other programmable shaders, a compute shader is designed and implemented with HLSL, but that is just about where the similarity ends. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So the language is the same. It's just that, or rather, the syntax is the same. It's just that you do different things with it. With a pixel shader or with a conventional like graphics shader, which is like vertex shader, pixel shader, geometry shader, stuff like that. You have like a different kind of setup going on. The syntax is not different, but like the methods that you would use, the structures that you would create, those would be different. But yeah, this is another thing that I could do because uh, so there's a Windows crate, right? I believe there's also a DirectX crate or some crate that allows like access to like DirectX 12 features and stuff. So that's another thing I could look into. But like I didn't necessarily want to do graphics related stuff with Rust. I could do graphics related stuff. That would be fun because like being able to implement like a very basic graphics program in which I can then feed I can feed shaders that would allow me to do all sorts of tests if I wanted to test out maybe some kind of graphics related shaders or any kind of compute shaders or something. That would be super helpful. And like I don't see why I shouldn't take advantage of it because like I mean I am streaming on a Windows system, and more importantly, not just a Windows but this system has an NVIDIA GPU, so I can actually write CUDA shaders. Though, hold up. Are CUDA shaders the same as HLSL compute shaders? Let me just Google. I'm fucking Googling shit right now. Hold on. CUDA versus HLSL compute. What's the difference between CUDA and shader? CUDA is not restricted to a specific step of the rendering pipeline. Yep, that's true. It can do calculations. It can be used to do calculations that are all right. Cool. Oh wait, CUDA is not a Microsoft thing. CUDA is an NVIDIA thing. I forgot about that. Okay, hold up. So let's look at what language does it use. Let's Google CUDA shaders language. I'm suddenly just getting way off track. CUDA shader language. CUDA itself is a shader language, okay, that runs without OpenGL or DirectX. It can calculate. You know what? I never thought about that. What about CUDA and Rust? The Rust CUDA project? Oh, so I guess NVIDIA doesn't have like an official Rust thing. Ecosystem of libraries and tools for writing and executing fast GPU code fully in Rust. I should probably look into this Rust GPU because it kind of goes into like what I'm trying to do. The Rust CUDA project is, man, I shouldn't be Googling this shit right now. I'm gonna get like way too sidetracked. Or I could just Google it on stream, which I don't want to do. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. The community meetup has ended. Okay, I'm gonna switch to the BRB screen. I'm gonna switch on. I'm gonna bring up my VTubing app, and I already have VS Code open, so I don't need to open up VS Code. I just need to wait for this to close, for VRChat to close. In the meantime, let me open up my VTubing app, and then we're going to do a bit of C# tap. Okay, we're going to figure some stuff out. I need to remember what the workflow is like again. I'm going to write a few simple programs. I need to get up and do my stretching and walking and stuff, so I'm going to need a couple of minutes. But in the meantime, you guys can enjoy the music, and I'll be back. Alright, there's the avatar. VRChat will be closing now in a bit, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Just let me get up and stretch and walk and all that stuff. I'm also gonna take a toilet break, and then I'll be back. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I also need to change the tags and the category and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna be a couple of minutes. Just you guys do whatever you want to do.
The new number is...
Last night I let the party get the best of me. Waking up in the morning, 2 hoes laying next to me. Plus I heard an officer arrested me. Good weed and cold drinks, that's the motherfucking recipe. Nigga, and we roll deep, deep, so deep, deep. It's going down in this bitch. Concrete, we gon' party all night. No sleep, tell the owner them is all my guys. So tonight everything is on me. The drinks is on me. The bitches, the hotel, the weed is all free. Get high, I mean so high, we don't see the whole suite. Then fly to a level where you gon' need your own key. TGOD. No jobbing, no sleeping, live it up like it's the weekend. When the DJ play the right song, gon' drink, gon' party all night long.
All right, I'm back, kind of. It seems like the music has stopped or paused. Okay, it's paused. I'm not completely back. I still have a couple of things to do. I just did my walking and stretching and oh, I went to the toilet as well. Now I need to change the stream title and tags and stuff like that. So give me a second. I'm also watching somebody's stream, or well, their stream VOD. So hopefully that doesn't come through my mic. What else? Yeah, I just give me a couple more minutes. I need to finish some stuff off. Wait, shit, is this coming through on stream? Let me open up OBS. Okay, kinda, not all that much. So it's not that bad.
Should we show them how we do it every day? Let's get it. Kali that girl, Kali go girl, Kali don't stop, Kali don't skirt, Kali got a job, Kali got a word. 뜨거워 언제나 don't get burned. 넘쳐 흘러물 든 a buffet, 죽여주잖아 like a buffet. 누가 감히 on my hotbed, 그 문 열지 마 that's a rock day. I'm giving you more cause I'm greater than. 필요 없는 시험들 다 뿐이미. But all of my numbers are talking bang. 부루마법 메시지 monopoly. 넌 종이도 네 number money 필요 없대 너네들이 만든 돈들 go get it go get it go get it. The mission 눈을 못대 못해 그래 너도 get it cause I got it different. All I ever know is life upon the throne. 시작하면 끝을 보는 거야. You want more? No, I got it so deep though. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low.
Alright, cool. So we are, or we should be good to go, I think. Let's just open up this window. Does that appear now? I think it should appear now, right? What if I select it now? There it is. Cool. We are good to go. So, I need to do the I need to get into or get back into C# TAP, which is task-based asynchronous programming. The idea is simple with TAP. You just wait. Is the music still playing? I think okay. The music is probably still playing, but it's probably also loud because I turned it up. So let's turn that back down to there. That should be good. Check, testing. Yeah, I think that should be good. All right. Oh man, this is one of my favorite songs. Hold on, dude. I'm gonna put on my earphones. I'm also gonna pause this. Shit, the song just ended. No, I'm playing the song again, dude. I want to hear the song. Yeah, I'm also gonna turn the music up. I'll talk after the song is over. Man, that's a good song. Alright, so I'm going to turn this back down. And I'm going to carry on playing this stream that I was playing. And now you guys can enjoy the next song that they... Actually, you know what? I can probably switch to Ghost Data now. Yeah, I think I can switch to Ghost Data now. Let's just make sure the audio levels are good while the song is playing. Okay, I think we're good. I think we should be good. Shout out to Ghost Data, by the way. So an interesting thing happened. Yesterday, I think. I was uploading. Actually, so here's the thing. I was gonna. I think yesterday or day before yesterday, I was planning on streaming, but then I came like so close to streaming and then decided not to stream because it was just a little too late. Like you see right now, look at the time. Actually, you can't see the time right now. It's, well, whatever the time is for me right now. It's still early enough for me to be able to stream. It's not like I can't stream later on, but like it's just later on I've got other stuff I want to do, and like it's just not a good time for me to stream. And after that, the next window of opportunity to stream, it's kind of like iffy if I'm gonna be able to stream or not. But yeah, I was planning on streaming. I eventually decided not to. Like, dude, I set up my mic. I opened up the VTubing app. I even opened up OBS, and I even set the title and the tags on my stream. The only thing remaining to do was go live, and last minute I decided not to go live. So then instead what I did is I started uploading my older VODs from like the past week or 2 weeks. I started uploading them to my YouTube channel. Anyways, the reason I'm telling you this is because YouTube, when you upload a video, they have a content ID system that like goes through the entire video, and it tries to see if there's any copyright protected material in there, and if there is, it'll let you know. Now my VOD channel is not part of the YPP program, the YouTube partner program. Well, YPP is YouTube partner program, so like I don't need to say YPP program because that doesn't make sense. So yeah, my VOD channel is not part of the YPP. My main channel is. Hopefully it remains. Anyways, that's another story. But yeah, my main channel is part of the YPP, and my VOD channel, which I only set up like a couple days ago, maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe. I think I had to verify it, so it took me some time to set that up. But yeah, it's a fairly new channel. So anyways, on that channel I don't need to worry about monetization, and so like it let me know that there is copyright protected data, copyright protected material, or copyrighted material, I guess is the right term. It found copyrighted material, and funny enough, it found that Ghost Data's songs were also copyrighted material. But here's the interesting part. It mentioned that there were two artists whose tracks were recognized. One was Ghost Data, another was an artist named Jordan, because there was a world by Kala that we had visited during the Community Meetup event, and the last Community Meetup event. And in that world, the music that was playing, apparently it was from an artist named Jordan. So the content ID system, when I was uploading the video, it recognized that some of Jordan's tracks were there. It also told me which tracks were there and the exact timestamp. It also recognized some of Ghost Data's tracks, and it gave me the exact timestamp and the track name and all of that stuff, which is pretty awesome. It's great. The good thing is, it also mentioned that okay, copyrighted material found, but the artists allow you to post it on YouTube. So that's a plus point. That's a good thing. I was looking for tweets by Ghost Data, like seeing if there was any tweet where they mentioned that their songs are, copyright free, or if their songs, like if they are giving explicit permission to streamers and YouTubers to use the music, but I wasn't able to find any tweet. It also seems like they've deleted a bunch of their previous tweets, which that's their decision. They probably had their reasons for doing that. But I think in doing that, maybe if there was a tweet that they ever made that mentioned anything DMCA related, it might have gotten deleted. So like now I don't know if their music is, because I for whatever reason I remembered somebody mentioning, or maybe them mentioning, or maybe somebody else mentioning about them, that their music can be played. I don't remember what made me think that their music can be played on stream, like it's stream safe. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember. But yeah, dude. So that was interesting. Also, the great thing is, the content, I guess it's part of the content ID system. So the content ID system, it also, let's just say YouTube also gives you, like when it finds copyrighted material, it gives you a couple of options. It allows you to mute that section completely, or you can ask it to try to mute just the music while keeping your vocals still, intact. And that's kind of iffy because it's hard for it to do. It's not always going to be perfect. I gave it a try. It does affect the audio quality because of the way that it does it. It somehow tries to get rid of all traces of that, or it tries to minimize any traces of that audio being shown, that audio being heard. And in that, it affects the quality quite a bit. So I mean, it's a trade-off. Like if you want to save your monetization, then sacrifice that bit of quality. Or if you're sure that the person is not gonna, do like the whole copyright thing, the whole DMCA thing, then you should be good. Another option, I think this was also an option, where you could trim that section out, which is pretty convenient. Like being able to just cut out that entire section. I can see that being useful for a lot of people. But yeah, anyways, let's get to work. So I'm gonna be reading this documentation. I'm not gonna read from, like, I'm not gonna sit and read the entire thing out loud, but like I'm gonna read bits and pieces here and there. So I'm trying to remember what I had done previously. Wait, what was this test class I had made? Did I do anything in the class? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so to get this going, we need a task. Hold on, I think I also need I need like a conventional thing. Namespace, my namespace 01. I don't remember, because like, okay, actually no, I don't think I need it, because like if I'm doing await inside the main method, then I need it. But if I'm not doing await inside the main method, I can just do task, right? It has to be a task of a specific type. Let's call it tsk1 equals task.run, and in here I can provide a lambda operator or a lambda operator which runs some kind of wait, doesn't the await come in here as well? Oh, async. I'm supposed to add async there. Oh, that's cool. So I added await and it automatically added the async for me. Now what if I remove the async? It's gonna throw an error. Now let's add await again. That's convenient. Oh, that's like a it's like if I think it's like if I did this. Is it like that? I don't think so. No, it's not like a okay, whatever. It's a convenience. It's a convenience thing. Okay. So tap uses a single method to represent the initiation and completion of an asynchronous operation. This contrasts with, okay, that's fine. Forget about that. Where should I skip to? Where should I skip? Okay. Okay, there you go. Asynchronous methods in tap include the async suffix after the operation name for methods that return available types such as task, task t result, value task, and value task t result. For example, an asynchronous get operation that returns a task string can be named get async. If you're adding a tap method to a class that already contains an event-based asynchronous programming method name with the async suffix, use the suffix task async instead. Oh, okay, this is like teaching us naming conventions. Alright, cool, great, nice. A tap method returns either a task or a task t result based on whether the corresponding synchronous method returns void or a type t result. Alright, so here's what I want to do. What is it? Await return, I think I have to do. 1 plus 1. Does that work? Or is it just await 1 plus 1? No. I'm not sure how to go about this. Hold on. Man, I haven't done this in a while. Hold on. Let me see some code examples if they have any provided. Actually, I could just ask ChatGPT. It'll be a lot simpler. Alright, show me how to use tap or C# tap. Show me a simpler example using doing just a simple calculation. Okay, show me how to do it without async main. Okay. This example includes async main. I asked for an example without async main. Okay, show me how to use C# tab with an example. In the example, do a simple calculation on a different thread. Don't use async task main. Okay. Don't use async task main. All right, there it is. So we have an example, task int. Okay, this is good because this is also doing it on, oh wait, okay, so I was supposed to return a wait. Do I need a wait then? Okay, so this is interesting. So I need to do alright, do I then need the async if I'm just returning this? I mean, then I don't need this either, right? That should be fine. Is the music still going? Yeah, okay. Okay, so then what do I need to do? So let's continue with, but there's also wait. How do I execute the task?
Listen to ASMR sounds with your screen off and relax uninterrupted. Try YouTube Premium on us.
Okay, how do I execute calculate async? Okay, this creates a new task object that represents the asynchronous operation of calculating x plus y and assigns it to the task variable. Alright, you can then use the continue with method to asynchronously await for the result to be calculated. Alright, let's look up continue with. Continue with. It creates a continuation that executes asynchronously when the target task completes and returns a value. Okay. Okay, let's do some unnecessarily heavy calculation. Wait, what happened? Cannot implicitly convert this. Oh, is it because it's not returning? Okay, let's do return 1. There you go. So for int I equals 0, I less than 100,000. Is that 100,000? That's 10,000. 100,000 I plus plus for int j equals 0, j less than I don't know, 1,000, j plus plus. A multiply equals I'm just doing like a bunch of nonsense calculations. I multiplied by, or I plus j, yeah, and then a plus equals I, and then a multiply equals j. It's just a bunch of nonsense calculations. It's fine. And then we can return this, then continue with. Right, so what does this example say? What is T here? We have task and then we have T. What is T? Okay. Let's just do that. And then result. Okay, cool. So let's execute this and see what happens. Actually, let's also add some extra stuff. Starting op, finish op. Okay, .NET run. Wait, did that just take that long to... Okay, let's try that again. That's interesting. All right, let's try adding another line, starting program. I remember doing this like in a much simpler way back when I had done it. Of course, right now I am taking help from ChatGPT, which is giving like, you know, I'm kind of like jumping into it rather than going from the basics step by step, because like I don't want to take time with it. But there was a way. So we have task.run. What does task.run do? Okay, so the run thing is already executing the, like that starts the task, doesn't it? Oh, so if I bring it up here, all right, let's see. Okay, let's increase the number of iterations. Oh, so here I'm doing continue with. What if I just do wait? Man, I've been doing so much Python for the past 2 weeks that I keep forgetting to add this semicolon. Alright, so I'm setting it to wait. Right, so this is interesting. It's taking so much time to finish here, right? But previously, when I did continue with, it says it creates a continuation that executes. So I need to study the tap system. I need to understand how tap works internally, or at least get a high level overview of how the tap architecture is supposed to work. Okay, so the operation completed. Now, what I'm wondering is, what was going on when I did continue with? An action to run when so-and-so completes. That's kind of interesting because it never... Oh. Okay, my timer just went off. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on? This is a little early. Okay, we don't need to go just yet. I am going to keep an eye on the time though. 4 more minutes and then I can then I need to get up and go. Well, I need to get up and like take a walk. Okay, this takes an action. So in place of the action, I can give it a lambda. I forgot, an action is something that doesn't return a value, right? A function, a func, is what does return a value. Encapsulates a method that has no parameters and returns a value. Okay. On the other hand, if I did action, this encapsulates a method that that has no parameters and does not return a value. Okay, cool. So that was why we did t and then console.writeLine t dot result. Why didn't it print t dot result though? Okay, what if I did await and then continue with? Because okay, no, that's kind of a waste, isn't it? Because like it's gonna block the thread if I do wait. Okay, let that finish. Give it a second. Let this thing finish executing. I should probably also turn the number of iterations down since I know it's taking some time. Let me just give it that. All right, that's not so bad. Cool. So task.wait waits. I'm trying to understand what continue with does. Let's see if there's any remark. Okay, creates a continuation that executes asynchronously. Now, what does a continuation mean here? It creates a continuation that executes asynchronously when the target task completes. Okay, let's do the good old Google. What is task.continue with? Let's see if Stack Overflow has any answers. I mean, Stack Overflow will have answers. Chaining tasks using continuation tasks. Oh, this is part of parallel programming. Well, I'm not doing parallel programming right now. I'm just doing task-based. You can create a continuation that executes when it's antecedent. How do you say this word? Antecedent. Whatever. When its antecedent has completed by calling the task.continueWith method. The following example shows the basic pattern. For clarity, exception handling is omitted. It executes an antecedent task A, that returns a day of the week or a day of week object that indicates the name. Oh shit, I was supposed to get up. Hold on. Let me just reset this timer. Okay, give me a couple of minutes, guys. I need to get up and do my walking and all that. Enjoy the music. I'm just gonna click on this browser a couple of times so it knows that I'm here. And you guys enjoy the music. I'm gonna mute the mic and go do my walking. Be back in a couple of minutes.
10 times as strong as that of a rattlesnake. The black widow is easily recognized by her cold black body and red hourglass marking. The black widow's bite can cause serious illness and sometimes death. She encases her victims with silk and then kills with poison from her fangs. The fangs are hollow and about a 50th of an inch long. They're fed by unusually large poison sacs. Only when prompted by strong hunger does the black widow kill and eat the male after mating. Yes, the dangerous black widow is a menace. Encases her victims with silk and then kills with poison from her fangs. The fangs are hollow and about a 50th of an inch long. They're fed by unusually large poison sacs. Only when prompted by strong hunger does the black widow kill and eat the male after mating. Yes, the dangerous black widow is a menace, a spider to be approached with caution. She encases her victims with silk and then kills with poison from her fangs. The fangs are hollow and about a 50th of an inch long. They're fed by unusually large poison sacs. Only when prompted by strong hunger does the black widow kill and eat the male after mating. Yes, the dangerous black widow is a menace, a spider to be approached with caution. Yes, the dangerous black widow is a menace.
Watch yoga videos ad-free and practice uninterrupted. Try YouTube Premium on us.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My break ran a little longer than expected. I got wrapped up in something. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Give me a second. I'm just gonna switch and we can get back to this. So it seems like I don't just a second. Okay. So I don't think I need to use continue with. Dude, I should start streaming a little earlier often. Like I should make that a regular thing because it seems to work out well for me. Seems to work out a lot more well for me. So here's what I'm thinking, right? I can like explore these worlds in VRChat, and dude, like I want to make it like a. I don't think I'm the one who's going to be starting this trend, but like if it becomes a trend, if it becomes a practice, like I want it to become a practice where people, streamers specifically, streamers, when they visit a VRChat world, they give a shout out to the world creator. Because like, dude, any kind of exposure can help these people. Being a world creator myself, having created both worlds and avatars, well, not too much into avatars, but definitely a lot into worlds, I can tell you a lot of time and effort goes into this stuff, and like you wouldn't have that nice pretty VRChat world, that comfy VRChat world, or that fun game VRChat world to hang out in if one or sometimes a team of people didn't spend days, weeks, sometimes months working on that world. You wouldn't have that world to visit if somebody didn't put the time and effort into making that world. And considering the fact that we are getting this for free, and a lot of other people are also getting it for free, and these people are doing it for free, the least people can do in return is give them that little bit of exposure. In the case of sorry about that, I'm watching another stream on another screen. Okay. At the very least, streamers can give a shout out to the world creator, give them that little bit of exposure. And like those of you who watch me doing VRChat stuff, you already know that I try my best to give the creator a shout out whenever I visit the world, or any world for that matter. I try to give the creator a shout out. I do forget sometimes, like sometimes it just slips my mind, and I think it's one of those situations like with a lot of other people as well. In fact, with a lot of other people, it's not that it slips their mind, it's that they never thought about doing it. It's just one of those things. Like for some people, ever since they started VRChat, they never thought about the fact that, yo, this world that I'm visiting, someone has spent time and effort building this world. So maybe I should give them, some credit for it, give them a shout out for it. It's one of those things that sometimes it just doesn't occur to people. I don't know why I'm going on a rant about this right now. But yeah, my point is, the plan that I had for visiting at least 3 worlds in every stream, from that I could probably get some clips for TikTok and my second YouTube channel. But yeah, that was an idea that I had. Anyways, on with continue with. which I don't think I need the continue with method. I don't think I need to use this. Instead, here's what we can do. While tsk or not tsk1 dot is complete, we don't need to wait then, right? Because it's already been set to run. If it's already been set to run, now okay, what if I made what if I wanted to make this a method? Okay, let's do task some task 01 int a, int b. Actually, it doesn't need parameters. It's just going to return something, right? Now, what it returns is this supposed to be async? Is this supposed to be async? Because like it's going to be doing the await thing. Okay. Await task dot run, and then in here I do the convoluted calculations. Wait, can I do this? Task.run? Would that work? I think that works. How does it know what to return though? Because like this is supposed to... How does it know what to return? Dude, I need to practice more. I need to practice more tap stuff. Like I learned it and then I didn't practice it and then I forgot it. Okay. So we have the task class. Is there any better documentation on this? Let's look up C# tap tutorial. I'm not looking for a video. I'm looking for dude, am I gonna have to read through this whole thing? Because I don't want to read the whole thing on stream. Wait, so this returns a task? This returns a task. Okay. Okay. So let's try task. Oh, it's so it doesn't have to return a task, it has to return the value. Now it's coming back to me. Man, I'm kind of rusty on tap, dude. I've got a rusty tap. That made no sense. Okay, anyways. So if I do this, this means that the task is supposed to return an integer, right? And in that case, I would then have to do something like this. And then the method makes sense. Equals task.run. Or wait, no, some task. That's what it's supposed to be, right? Now, at what point does it start executing this task? Because like I haven't set it to run yet. Run synchronously. At what point does it do it when I like when this line executes? Is that when it runs? You know what? That makes sense, doesn't actually no, I can't use that logic because I don't know exactly how tap works in the background. So I can't just assume that yeah, it's going to be executed. Though it makes sense logically, right? That the method is going to be executed because you're actually calling the method here. Okay, let's do console.writeLine running. And it's going to keep spamming running until it's done running. Oh, is the music still going? I think the album might be over by now. Oh no, the album is not over yet. I believe we are on the last video. Okay, cool. Yo, shout out Ghost Data. Oh, cool. Okay, so the thing ran. Okay, there was, so I remember I was able to find, oh, yeah, I need to find out how to get the current thread. There was a way to get the current thread. So C#, get current thread ID. Thread.currentThread property. Okay. Console.writeLine. Starting some task 01 at thread thread.currentThread.id. Is that how I get it? Manage thread ID. There you go. So that's then going to print it. It's going to run once. Once the whole thing is done executing, before returning finishing, because it's not finished yet, finishing some task at thread. Okay. Okay, that ran for a bit, but it didn't mention. Oh, there you go. So that's interesting. It started executing the task. Oh, it's because this was yep, okay, that makes sense. So like it starts executing and then it goes into the while loop and then the thing is running. It runs for a bit before the task actually begins, and when the task actually begins, that's when it hits this point. Okay. So here we can add another line. Entering some task, or let's say initializing some task, or one, at thread. Let's just copy this. I don't want to type the whole thing. Okay. Give me a second. I need to drink some water and take a sip of my energy drink and all that good stuff. Also, I think I'm going to turn on the AC. It's getting a little hot here. Man, let me just say, this is a comfy coding stream. Like, it's one thing to say, oh, it's comfy. But like, I'm actually feeling comfortable right now. Just hanging out and coding. This is fun. This is actually, because like I would be doing this stuff even off stream, but like doing it on stream and figuring this stuff out on stream, I don't know, there's something nice about it. Anyways, I'm gonna go switch on the AC and then hydrate and all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm just adding a whole bunch of like useless, not useless, but like they'll help me. Maybe I should change this to beginning executing. That's a little more. Okay. Finish executing some task. Okay. All right. Okay. And then we can add one last. All right. So I want the number of iterations to be a little lower, so it doesn't take so long to execute. All right, so that executed pretty fast. Dude, can I clear the, what is it, CLR? No, is it CLS? CLS, okay. So let's do CLS, and then this, and then I forgot how do you chain commands. Yeah, let's just, okay, whatever. So clear, and then execute. Nope, that didn't happen. Okay, what if I clear it, and then .NET run? Oh, I think it might be running inside the .NET shell. Or maybe there's some kind of shell being created for .NET, and it's running inside that, and then it's outputting here. So like when I do this, all right, dude, I mean, whatever, it's not that big a deal. I'll turn the number of iterations down just so I can see this executing. Okay, there you go. Much better. So initializing some task at thread 1, great. Task initialized, then it's running, and then beginning executing the task at thread 4. So that tells me that, yes, it is executing on another thread. So it's kind of coming back to me. I still need to get a better understanding of how this system works in the back end, because like it still seems very black box. It's not black box, to be honest. Like if I dig deep enough, I'll probably understand how it works. But you know what? Stack Overflow to the rescue. And Stack Exchange. And Microsoft Dev Blog. And answers.microsoft.com. Basically, a lot of these Google search results to the rescue. Okay. How does C# tap work? I want to get a better understanding of this. Someone must have given. I don't want to visit anyone's like random website that I've never heard of before. I'm sure, you know, there might be some very, very reputable sources, but like if I've never heard of the website, which to be fair, just because I've never heard of the website doesn't mean that, you know, the website is not legit. It's just a rule of thumb that I follow. If I don't know much about the website, then I'm not going to bother visiting it until I've done a fair amount of research. Site stackoverflow.com. The tap is just sensible formalization. It's just a sensible formalization of best practice when working with asynchronous code. Basically, a tap method returns a hot running task, has an async suffix, is overloaded to accept a cancellation token. That's another thing I should look into, cancellation. I haven't looked into cancellation stuff. Returns quickly to the caller with a small initialization phase and does not tie up a thread if IO bound. All right, so I'm going to need it for both networking and a bit of file IO. Also, I've been looking into how animation is done, how a rig gets animated. Not in Blender. I don't mean baked animations. I don't mean animations that you make in Blender and then you're able to play them in Unity. I've been looking into how I can animate a rig in Unity itself. Like if I specify, specific object positions, how I could get specific bones to move in different ways. So I need to do a fair bit of research on that. Though, for my curiosity, I'm trying to find out how it was done. But right now there is like another alternative, not an alternative necessarily. It's another option that's available. It's an animation rigging package. You can use that to set up custom rigging within Unity itself. And that's kind of what I need, because like if you take a look at my avatar, it's not exactly humanoid, so it's gonna have like its own rig setup. And if I'm able to rig it within Unity itself and control everything via scripting, that would be great. Like I would have a lot of power there, because I would then be able to capture webcam data on another system, process that using OpenCV, and send that data into Unity on this system via IPC, via the network, and then use that data. So basically, when I capture webcam data and process it, it's going to process it to find specific landmarks. So maybe my hand movement, maybe fingers, maybe my head movement, my body pose, whatever. It's going to find landmarks, and it's going to like send those positions into Unity, and then I have to do something with those positions in Unity. Okay, so this is what, oh, that's, okay, so that's an interesting one. Factory, task.factory. What is that? Let's take a look at that. C# task.factory. It creates a new task object. You can call overloads on this, so and so, so and so. Okay, task.run versus task.factory.new. Oh, okay, cool. They made a blog post about it. Cool. Let's read. Oh, how are we doing on the music? I think the music must have stopped. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna keep playing this album. Shout out to Ghost Data, by the way. Okay, task.run versus task.factory.startNew. In .NET 4, task_factory.new was the primary method. Oh, this is an old method. It was the primary method for scheduling a new task. Many overloads provided for a highly configurable mechanism, enabling setting options, passing an arbitrary state, enabling cancellation, and even controlling scheduling behaviors. The flip side of all this power is complexity. You need to know when to use which overload, what scheduler to provide, and the like. And task.factory.startNew doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. That is true. At least not quickly enough for something that's used in such primary scenarios as easily offloading work to background processing threads. Okay, cool. So in the .NET, man, I see .NET 4, .NET 4.5, and like I'm thinking, dude, like we've come far since then. I don't remember if there was a .NET 5 or 6, because like they eventually moved on to like sort of centralizing everything. They not centralizing. They tried to consolidate everything, which was a good thing, by the way, not a bad thing, because they had like different things going on. They had like .NET Framework, they had .NET Standard, they had .NET Core. They had like these different things that were used for different situations. Unity used .NET Framework. It didn't use .NET Core. If you wanted to use if you wanted to create console apps after .NET Core release, if you wanted to create console apps using VS Code, for example, the preferred method was not using .NET Framework, but to use .NET Core. Like they were pushing more towards that. And then there was a .NET Standard thing as well, which like I never dived too deep into it because it wasn't something you directly use. It's something that other developers would have to use when creating their tooling. And okay, there's an ad playing. I'm gonna stop talking. By the way, I don't know who's gonna be watching this VOD on YouTube, but if anyone ever comes across this and you somehow manage to get to this specific point in the VOD where there's an ad playing, just understand that when I say there's an ad playing, it's because I'm streaming on Twitch right now. And on Twitch, we have this ad timer kind of thing that we can set up, and then we can play ads, and then like you can set it up for 1 hour, and then when you play one ad, then for like a certain period of time, newcomers in the chat will not get ads. It's something like that. Anyways, there's an ads thing on Twitch. So anyone who's watching the VOD, which kind of a stretch. I don't think at this point, I don't really think anyone is watching the VODs. But if somehow the metadata provided in the VODs makes it so YouTube decides to, for whatever reason, recommend my VODs to someone, my VOD archives to someone, then yeah, just understand that when I say, oh, an ad is playing, it's because I'm streaming on Twitch. Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, I was talking about like we had like .NET Framework, and then we had .NET Core, and then there was a .NET Standard, and it would become kind of confusing, especially for a newcomer. Like you had to dig a lot for the information, but then it also created like I don't know whether to call it compatibility issues or what, because like you're using these different like frameworks, right? So it becomes kind of a headache. So what .NET did, or what Microsoft did, or the team working on .NET did, is they kind of consolidated everything into one, and it became .NET. I'm trying to remember which .NET number they started with. Was it? Because I remember 5. I don't know if there was a 4 and a 3. so I'm not going to talk about that. But like, yeah, they started doing it that way. It was just .NET and then a number. So with .NET 5, I believe with .NET 5 they kind of made it so everything was like fixed together. Everything was just part of one thing. It wasn't like all completely spread out. And then further from that point on, now everyone is like kind of, even like Microsoft, their idea was to encourage people to just use .NET, not use any of these other things. So it becomes a little less confusing and it's a little less messy, or at least the mess is hidden away. That's one way to put it. So yeah, it's kind of crazy seeing how far we've come since the framework days. When was this blog post written? Is there a date on this? 2011. This was made in 2011. This post that I'm reading is from October 24th, 2011. You guys can't see it because like I'm reading on a different screen, but this is from October 24th, 2011, and this is what, at this point, close to 12 years. I think, yeah, close to 12 years, because we still haven't reached October of 2023. This is a 12-year-old post. Okay, anyways, carrying on reading. So in the .NET framework, 4.5 developer preview, we introduced the new task.run method. This in no way obsoletes task.factory.startNew, but rather should simply be thought of as a quick way to use task.factory.startNew without needing to specify a bunch of parameters. That is good to know. I actually did not know that. It is a shortcut. In fact, task.run is actually implemented in terms of the same logic used in task.factory.startNew, just passing in some default parameters. That's a good way to go about it. Yep, makes it a lot less hectic. Also a lot less daunting to look at. Like for a beginner, just seeing task.run and then 2 or 3 parameters is fine, but like if you see a list of like, I don't know, 5, 10 parameters, then it's like, what the fuck? Where was I? When you pass an action to task.run, that's exactly equivalent to okay, cool. Okay, so it seems like, at least in this example that they're giving, it's up to 4 parameters already. 4 arguments being passed in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. And there's a bunch of other things that you had to worry about that, like, right now I just don't have to worry about them. Though I guess there is like a downside of the abstraction, or a downside of the convenience is that I don't really know how things are working in the backend, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I mean, if I want to learn, not everyone has to learn how things work in the backend. I want to learn because it helps me get a better understanding, but like, not everyone has to do that. So in a way, it's a good thing. In this way, task.run can and should be used for the most common cases of simply offloading some work to be processed on the thread pool. That doesn't mean task.factory.startNew will never again be used. Far from it. Man, this is a mouthful to say. Task Factory Start New still has many important, albeit more advanced uses. You get more control. No, you get to control task creation options for how the task behaves. You get to control the scheduler for where the task should be queued to run, where the task should be queued to and run. You get to use overloads that accept object state, which for performance sensitive code paths can be used to avoid closures and the corresponding allocations. For simple use cases though, task.run is your friend. Yeah, okay, so what I'm getting from this is unless I go like too deep into task-based asynchronous programming, which is like, you know, implementing my own custom tasks, like going very deep where I need like very, very precise control over the system. Unless I'm doing that kind of a situation, unless I'm doing that kind of a thing, task.run, it gets the job done for me. That's what I'm getting from this. Task.run provides eight overloads to support all combinations of the following: task versus task result, cancelable versus non-cancelable, synchronous versus asynchronous delegate. Delegate? I haven't seen delegates used here. The first two bullets should be self-explanatory. Man, I need to do something about the way, the posture that I'm in when I'm streaming. It's because of this mic. I feel like I'm in like a weird posture. Okay, well, I guess just in time. I'm gonna get up, walk around a little bit. I'll be back this time in like just a couple of minutes.
هل بدأت ممارسة التمارين الرياضية من المنزل وانتقلت الآن إلى حركات متقدمة؟ طور مهاراتك وشاهد
Okay, I'm back. So, dude, there's so many different features that I want to implement. Give me a sec. There's so many different features that I want to implement in the VTubing app. One of them is timer based. Another one is closed captioning. Like I wanna add closed captioning functionality. I mean, there's already easy ways to add it. Give me a sec. Okay. So, like I was saying, I wanna add a couple of features. One of them is a timer that I want to set up. I could do like a beginning timer, an ending timer. I want to set up a thing where I can just like I can create a text box wherever I want and just position it anywhere. I can like drag it around. And yeah, use it as a timer. Or well, the text box, I want to be able to add whatever text I want in there. But more importantly, I want to be able to move that thing around. Maybe even scale it. I don't know. I'll see. So I'll have to see if I'm able to add that functionality or not. Actually, I should be. You know what? I should be able to add that. I don't know though. Actually, yeah. You know what? That might be a little bit complicated. That might be a tiny bit complicated. Maybe I might need to add the functionality for that in the main app, like if it's about dragging UI around here and there. But yeah, man, I'm getting I'm getting distracted by what I'm watching. Okay, I'm gonna switch to the. Okay, what was I saying? Why was I talking about this? I completely forgot about. Oh yeah, closed captioning. That's another thing I want to be able to add to my. Actually, is this coming through on stream? I hope it's not. I'm watching someone's stream while doing my own stream and doing my studies and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I want to add closed captioning functionality. But like I know closed captioning services are available already. There's a bunch of them. Many of them do a pretty good job. I don't want to use them. I want to make my own. My idea is I'll capture audio from the mic, of course. I'll capture audio, send it over the network to an inference engine. Basically a Python script that's running inference on some kind of I don't know, speech to text model. It's a lot more complicated than that because there's a lot of setup involved there, because you can't just feed in audio data. There's some processing you have to do there before you can feed it in, and then there's the actual recording of the audio itself, sending a constant stream of data So all that, it can get a little complicated. That being said, I'm willing to take up the challenge, because at this point in time, I feel like AI is able to do that pretty well. It's just going to be a matter of how quickly or how slow. To be fair, I think the result of that, or the answer of that, would depend on the system that I'm running model inference on. But yeah, that's another thing I wanna add. I wanna try and add speech to text functionality, which is kind of funny because previously I wanted to, back when I was doing a lot of mute streams, I wanted to add just a text functionality, a chat box kind of thing. Now I'm actually talking, so I don't need that anymore. I can still add that in there, just for like, you know, occasional emergencies or something. Okay, anyways, let's get back to this. Did I restart the timer? Yes, I did. Though I think the timer might be a little early. Maybe I should reset the timer instead of restarting it, because nah, okay, yeah, it's not off. It's actually just off by a few seconds. It's not that bad. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Back to what I was doing. Oh shit, we've been streaming for close to 4 hours. That's fine. We can keep going. Wait, is the music still going? Yeah, music is still going. Okay. For the first bullet, there are two overloads that return task for operations that don't have a result, and there are overloads that return task T result for operations that have a result of type T result. There are also overloads that accept a cancellation token, which enables the task parallel library to transition the task to a cancelled state if the cancellation is requested prior to the task beginning its execution.
But now you're taking your practice outdoors. Find mindfulness offline. Try YouTube Premium on us.
The third bullet is more interesting. and is directly related to the async language support in C# and Visual Basic in Visual Studio 11. Man, 2011, 2012. When was this? This was made in 2011. I'm trying to remember. I think back in those days I was studying programming. Anyways, let's consider task.factory.startNew for a moment, as it'll help to highlight what the distinction is. If I wrote the following call, so and so, so and so, so and so, the type of T is going to be task. The task delegate is of type func T result. T result in this case is a task. Oh, that's interesting. And thus start new is returning a task. Oh wow, that gets a bit complicated. Similarly, if I were to change that to be this, okay, this is going into a lot of detail that I don't need to worry about right now. Oh, we are almost at the end of the article. Anyways, okay, so I was trying to understand how tap works, but you know what? So I've done like a basic calculation kind of thing, right? Let's try adding to system.io and see what methods file uses. What was the method of doing it? I think it was stream writer, text writer. Man, see, I don't do this often enough, and then I forget how some of these things work. Like regular C#, I remember it like all the time. The basic, not even the basic, the more even the complex syntax, I remember it because I use it every now and then. But like these specific like libraries that I don't use a whole lot, I end up having to relearn them every now and then. Okay, what if I do file.open? What does that return? It returns a file stream. So let's do, doesn't file stream need to be disposed? Let's do file stream fs. Yep, that needs to be disposed. So let's do using file.open. Oh shit, yeah, okay, that causes issues. Using file dot file stream fs equals file dot open. Do I have a text file here? Okay. All right. test01.txt file mode dot open. All right. So this is interesting, right? Because like I have not been able to get IntelliSense to work with these kinds of using statements. On the other hand, if I was using the using statement with like, you know, the whole code block kind of thing, and you know, this kind of thing going on, IntelliSense would work perfectly fine. But like when I start doing it like this, it doesn't work. So I have to start writing it in brackets, and once I'm done with the entire statement, then I erase the brackets. Alright, so we have a file stream. Now we need a stream writer, I think. SW equals what is it? fs dot write. Oh, there's a write async. So let's take a look at that. What does write async? Write async is it's a task. All right. This takes a byte buffer. Okay. What if I wanted to write? Okay, this is a stream writer. What if I just wanted to write text to it? Okay, let's try text writer. Represents a writer that can write a sequence tree. Okay. TW equals fs dot write. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold up. I think I got something wrong here. Hold on. Stream writer. I have to create the object, right? SW equals new stream writer, and then I have to provide the stream, which is the file stream fs, and then I add the using there. Okay, and then SW dot write. What does that take in? That gives us char, that gives us and string. Okay. Okay. Let's say some text. This is a task, right? Wait, no, this returns a task. So how am I supposed to go about this? Is it just like this? Okay, let's just run a while loop. While some tsk01, while not some tsk01 dot is completed. Let's just say writing. And then while write finish. actually.
Is a menace.
Okay, let's see if this works. I'm getting kind of sleepy, so I think. Give it a second. I don't know if it's gonna open properly. I think it should open up properly, right? Did I provide it with everything needed? Yeah, we opened the file stream, then opened the stream writer, wrote using the stream writer. Okay, let's take a look. Hell yeah, dude. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna stop here. Now that I've got, you know, this thing going, I'll do more tap stuff. Maybe tomorrow or maybe in the upcoming stream. Like maybe I'll stream later on today. I don't know. Dude, I need to get some sleep. The reason I wasn't gonna stream for too long today is because I hadn't slept for too long. But then I just wanted to keep going. Like after I started streaming, I just didn't feel like stopping, and I was like, okay, let's just keep going. It was fun. It was fun. But yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.